2. On the Mainly Golf Show, I'm Jack Milner, joined by the Sticky Bandits. Is that right, Hep?
That's right.
The Sticky Bandits, Hep and Marv. No, we're here in the aftermath of Scottie Scheffler's rain-delayed win at Harbour Town. Hep, you alluded to him being potentially better than Tiger Woods, and 4 wins in 5 tournaments. He's kind of got the results to back it up now.
Yeah, it's looking. Obviously, it's a hot take, and
Tiger,
he has to
yeah,
go
Scottie
minute.
Scheffler's quite good. Pass it on.
Yeah, pizza's good. Like, no shit. But yeah, I mean, you just can't see him stopping. I mean, this baby is the only thing that's going to stop him winning another 4 tournaments next month, right? Because he does seem like the guy who's going to take a big. I'm sure he'll be back for the majors, but or maybe he even misses the PGA depending on the berth. But
I mean, well,
every
there's been
tournament
he's
he's
been a
in,
sea of blue. He's been a sea of blue on Oddschecker. He's been cut for the US Open as well. Best price 9-2 for the US Open. He's still a little bit of force for the PGA with Betfred's, Bet Victor, and 888. But yeah, he looked a bit tired in the final round. He looked freezing this morning in at Harbour Town. God love him at Copperhead. Mav, you went and had a look through. I think she's due in a couple of weeks, right? You had a look at the schedule. There's a good chance he misses Quail Hollow the week before. If he misses that, he goes in very rusted to PGA.
Yeah, that's it. In 2 weeks' time, as you say, Wells Fargo at Quail Hollow. And I suppose that's it. If the baby's due, then you think, okay, he'll take that week off and then he'll be in at the PGA. I think we were all surprised that he did tee it up this week, and maybe that he thought, do you know what, if I play this week, then I've got a bit of a break between. But I think what this win this last week has done is he's proved that he can actually probably win on nearly any golf course.
Yeah.
We were very much sort of you got to be quite accurate. You don't need to be too flash around Harbour Town, and and he's gone and won by 4. Sorry, he's won by 3. So to me, that he's proved that he can do it on a different type of golf course.
I mean, course management again. He's gone to the last with the 4-shot lead. 16's a par 3. He's just gone nowhere near the danger. I think at 16 and 17, he's putts were like 50, 60 feet away. Lag put got up there, and then at 18, obviously, you've got water left. He has literally hit that ball 30 yards to the right. I think chipped up, giving himself like a 50-foot bogey. Yeah, I'm not risking any trouble whatsoever. He was pretty flawless once again.
was
Mav,
it
you did some. You did,
double boat? Sorry,
He did
no, you
start
said no,
slow,
you did
didn't
no
he?
double bogeys, and in the third round, right? Well, Hoagie made a like no Hoagie's 9-18 flashbacks. Was it the third round of the Players?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great hole in the water twice. Lovely. Yeah, Straka made double. I think Patrick Rogers went in the water. Seamus Power ended up going in trouble. Cantley was having to scram the run. He just makes it look so easy.
He did start slightly slow in the first round, I know, because he made a double on 3, didn't he? And
Yeah,
I did.
In the group chat, hey, we need to take him on this week.
I did. That's it. I'm gonna say because a few others had started off quite hot, and I thought, yeah, did we get it right? And
baby's coming. And then he didn't bogey again until the 72nd hole. He never even looked like it. Like what I
went
saw.
Through the gears. He was 2 under for the first round. I think he birdied 17 and 18 to post 2 under, 600 in the second round, 800 in the third round with a 63, and on that stage he's got a 1-shot lead. And they were talking on commentary on Sky. Sundays has been from a scoring perspective. Sundays has been his lowest scoring round of the week so far this season. So whilst others, like you look at Sepp Straka yesterday, and I'm sorry, his arse went yesterday. He was 3 over through 5, the 2 par 5s there as well. Like a Tom Hoagie, he struggled on Saturday when he went in there tied for the league. Morikawa shot over par. Morikawa's a guy who's won 2 majors. We talked about before.
he did that at the Masters, didn't he, as well?
He did it at the Masters and he did it last week at Harbour Town. It's the Scottie Scheffler effect. He's having the same effect Tiger had, where if somebody's in a final 2-ball with Tiger, they look across and went, he ain't winning this. And there's a good chance, and with how golf betting works, He's going to go down the leaderboard, and the people who are going to post
Mm.
65, 66, like a JT Poston or a Justin Thomas or a Cantley, they're taking your place money away. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I was quite glad Hoagie wasn't in the final group on Sunday because he had no chance if he was, and having to go against Scheffler and look at Scheffler all the time and think, oh, he can sneak. Obviously we're playing for place money come Sunday, but he can sneak a place here if he's in the second to last group and having to think about it. But
did he? Was it the second hole he chipped in for eagle? In the final round.
No, first, Marv. First. And he's 65 foot on a really weird, bad lie, tight angle, chipped in to make it. That was on Saturday, right?
No,
that's Sunday.
Yeah, and then that's just like
Game over.
When that's what I mean. He's like whoever's playing with him. Just go to the parking lot and get in the car and leave.
It's like he did that Sunday at the Masters as well, didn't he?
They're just
like
how
one of the first few holes.
demoralizing that must be. That
I was in. It was obviously on Straka and Morikawa, 1 and 2 shots behind him going to the last round. You think get a few shots early. You never know, right? Scheffler might start slow. Straka bogeys the first, pars the second, the par 5. Scheffler starts par eagle, and suddenly he's 4 shots clear. And given the way he plays, he isn't going to drop shots. He just isn't. So you have to post a really low score. And you're thinking the only way he's going to get beat is if somebody comes like he did in the Players, where I think he shot 64 in the final round. And then you saw Scheffler and Wyndham Clark get twitchy, didn't they? And Brian Harman, because they know they've got to make a birdie here to get to a playoff. And not only getting a playoff for the world number 1. It's a different dynamic, and we haven't seen somebody kind of have that effect on golf. John Rahm did it for a period. You'd argue Spieth back 15, 16, 17, and Rory in patches. But Marv, you did some stats on Rory and his recent form where Scheffler's dominated.
That's it. Just to add, so firstly, the world golf rankings now show that Scheffler is more than double second place, and so the second place is Rory McIlroy. I certainly can't remember that. As you have to go back to Tiger Woods' dominance. Yes, Tiger might have done it for year after year after year when he was double clear, but I don't think, as you say, a few other players have been dominant for tournaments here and there, but that's just ridiculous. So to be more than double a second player, I think it just shows how bad Rory McIlroy and other players really are performing. And I said, look at the stats. The four tournaments.
How dare you be second?
Exactly. Come on, McIlroy, step it up.
What's he need to do to step up?
Well, we'll just go over the stats quickly. Twig. In the last 4 tournaments, the 4 tournaments that Scheffler's won, a Masters, the Sawgrass, the Players. The other 2 are signature events. The fields are not scrubs, are they? And you've got McIlroy, best finish in those 4 tournaments, tied 19th. Hovland, even worse, getting worse here. Hovland, best finish, tied 36th. Where's he gone? After the FedEx Cup bag that he won.
Got a new coach, hasn't
he? Partying, he's enjoying life.
So I just think it's
20 million last year.
And then if you look around the rankings and you go, you think Lud Oberg he's at 6th in the world rankings now. I was a bit surprised at that.
Have you been following the HEP podcast for the last?
No, but I don't know how the ranking worked, but 6th to be in there, he's not even had a card for 12 months.
And then he won on tour, he won on the DP World Tour, but I think for some reason that these qualify. You got to remember, all the live golfers have not been any ranking.
Well, that's it. Well, and if you go down and said 10th play, the 10th ranked golfer in that's Brian Harman. That's what's wow. I don't care that he won an Upper Championship. Brian Harman, he's the 10th best golfer in the world.
Brian Harman won the Claret Jug by 5 shots.
Yeah. So
I took on Cristiano, right? We all get that one time now and again. Well, Brian used to, Harman had a good week last week as well, I remember. I think he's got a good breadcrumb.
Oh, he did. That's it, to be fair to him. I think he finished in, even at the Players.
He was one shot he was tied for the lead. Yeah. I think you need a birdie. Another one needed a birdie 18 to force a play.
So it's, but It's a strange one. I do agree that Scheffler's doing things that nobody else has done since Tiger Woods.
It's just for me
but-
the progression of his rounds. That's the worrying thing, because even if he starts, like my comparison is just playing Phil Taylor at his peak at darts. Like, Taylor would give you the darts. They ain't gonna beat you anyway. This is him almost like starting, and Taylor would normally go like 2-1 down or 3-2 down, but then he would get better the game prolonged. He got into a rhythm, and it was just him on stage, especially with Blackpool or the World at Ali Pali. He'd almost have you beat just by looking at you. The other guy, again, taking that big shot out, that chip early doors, and he made an eagle in the Masters, didn't he? Was it the 35-footer in round 3? I think I want to say 12 on Saturday, and he'd not really. I think he'd made a couple of bogeys, and he'd gone down to 4 under 2 off the lead. Bang, 35-foot for eagle, fist bump, and then suddenly he's tied the lead, and like, okay, that was your chance, and now I'm going to take this tournament back again. He's just relentless. Would you fancy him for? I mean, he's now 7-2 for the PGA Championship. Is that? If we're saying he's 4-1, I think he was 7-2 for Houston. And we said that's probably a little bit skinny. We still backed him at 5. Well, some of us backed him at 5s. You think the strength of the PGA Championship field probably going to be a lot stronger? Is he now getting to the point where he is too short?
Because it's not going to be a runaway win like on this Sunday. So, like, going into Sunday, it's going to be an even money, maybe slightly better than even money chance.
Could have got him 8-11. Yeah,
but you don't know who he's going to be again. Like, obviously, come Sunday morning, you'd rather have Max Homer at 50s in a even-ish money shot against Taylor, like Scheffler, like we had in the Masters, or Colin.
Scottie, the power.
But you don't know who he's going to be. You don't know who is it going to be. Colin? Is it going to be Homer? Is it going to be Clark? Is it going to be JT? Like, you have to throw so many darts at those 30 to 50 to 1s to have that Sunday chance. Whereas you just know Scheffler's going to be there, and his odds are probably going to be evens or less come Sunday. Like, he's played 9 events this year. He's top 10 in 8 of them. I think the only one he hasn't was when I used him in the one and done. I think you texted me yesterday. Was it 31 top 10s out of 55 since Phoenix 2 years ago?
Since the Waste Management in Phoenix 2022, when he first won his first tournament, right? He's 31 out of 50, I think, top 10 finishers.
Yeah.
So I saw a stat which was I think he's now second. Does he won 10 times yet? The stat show for some David Duval, when he won his first tournament in '98, he then won. He's the quickest to amass 10 wins, 33 tournaments, which is unreal. It shows. This is my thing. My gripe with you saying Tiger were beating these nobodies. David Duval won 10 tournaments in 33 starts, 98 to 2000. Yeah, they just beat these pub players, Twig.
Yeah, there was 2 of them, wasn't there? Like,
he won. Look, Duval and his pub. My dad's favorite golfer, just so cool. Anyway, Tiger, I think, was 49. I think Spieth was 97. Rory might have been about 100, and I think Scheffler's done it about 50, which is phenomenal stat in the current climate of golf when you have so many good players coming through the college system, right? You've gone about Ludwig Aberg. He's another one where in contention this week, probably a little bit immature. Again, he made a really poor double at 18. If you're on him each way, you'd have done your place money by a horrible 6. You don't see him having the kind of composure to take that. And that's something, if you're in the Straka, we mentioned off air, like he looked like he was done after the first hole in the final round. Who do you think could stand there and go into a final round with him level and kind of go to for me, but someone like a Bryson, and that's about it. And I don't know, Bryson would probably look to enjoy it.
Yeah, I think you've got to start looking at players that just don't care. Just think, I'm not going to. Why would I worry about losing to this guy? I'm going to play my own golf. I'm going to be who I am going to be. People with personalities.
Charlie Hoffman.
People with personalities.
There you go, bombs.
You know what I mean? As you say, Bryson, Brooks, they're big personalities. That I just think a Morikawa, just like I just look at him and I just think he's just gonna fold like a cheap tent.
Cheap suit.
Do you know what I mean? But so I
Whoever
think,
it is.
but then I don't. Is Brooks in any form? Probably not. Maybe is there anybody from Live that can potentially turn up at the PG? Yes, anyone could just have a
Bryson.
week of their life. That's it. Well, that's it. Are we just? Is that it?
Bryson won by 5 3 years ago, and
Is
he
it,
played phenomenal.
is it Scottie versus Bryson at the PGA then? That's because at the moment, who else on the PGA tour? He's good.
I mean, it's a good. I mean, it's a good point. If you want, Bryson's been nibbled today. He's been cut by Betfair and Paddy Power and Star Sports. He's still best price 28-1. Sorry, 33-1 Betfred. Who did he beat by 5 shots? Am I imagining that?
Was
Was
it
it Wolf?
Doral?
Cameron Champ?
Could be.
I think it was Wolf.
Him and Wolf had some had a few 1-2s.
Because I mean, Bryson looked. I like Bryson's game at Augusta. I thought he played really well. He looked in. You look at someone like you said, man, his character and that's not like Roy Keane. His character, his personality. He looked like he was in good form with himself, right? He was enjoying it. Fair enough. Tough golf course. I mean, I'm paid to play golf. I'm here at Augusta at the Masters.
Yeah, I don't necessarily, if I'm honest, think the Masters and the course maybe suits Bryce. As we said, it's a shot maker's golf course, and I just think Bryson's more of a just bit of a bludgeoner type. I don't think he's necessarily got the all around game for 4 rounds at Augusta. So I'd much more. I think he's got much better chance at a PGA where, to be honest, the course is probably one of the longest courses all year.
So somebody you put up the last couple of weeks,
US Open Bryson won.
and he's really impressed me. Is Sahih Tequila. He grinded really hard over the weekend. I think he ended up finishing second in the end. He's another one that for some reason, he's got crowds really on his side. If you look wherever he plays, he gets a really good reception. He seems to bounce off it. He's been nibbled as well today. He's been cut by 5 firms. He's now best prize, I think 66s, a little bit of 75s with A8. But he's somebody who I can see kind of enjoying the battle with Scheffler. At least just look, I'm here in this final 2 ball. Like, I'm gonna try and at least enjoy it, even if it goes tits up, without necessarily being a disaster. I think I was on him a couple of years ago, right? When he just needed to par the last and he ended up in the bunker, didn't he? Did he end up making double bogey?
It was a disaster from what
but he's played well. I'd say whereas some players have been in contention and struggled, he's improved his game thereafter, and he's not really got down by. I don't think he's a winner on tour yet, but he's someone I could see doing okay.
Yeah, I think I picked him for the Masters dinner, and which was
missed the cut.
I suppose in hindsight, but maybe that's it. It was like it was only his second Masters, but yeah, I think I couldn't put anyone off at especially what do you say 6-1. You know what I mean? I'd have thought that they might have been trying to be dropped into say 40s, but no, 6-6 doesn't sound too bad a price at all. I don't think. Is
there anyone that caught your eye in the week? I mean, again, Ludwig was in contention again. You can argue Morikawa played well to a point. Wyndham Clark was 600 through 7. He ended up shooting 66 after finding the water, I think, at 12.
Yeah, shot front side 29.
That's another one where you've nearly got the forecast of Scheffler Clark again for like.
Yeah, midway through Sunday, I was like, why the fuck have I done that again? I fucking did Scheffler and Willie Z and Scheffler and Lowry and like, fuck. Yeah, no one else really. Like you said, Colin, he's obviously put a few good weeks together. Seems to be back from whatever slump he was through.
You coach, baby.
Cantley and JT seem to come out of nowhere just to get place money, but
yeah, if you've got any stats, by the way, on Cantley's putting in the final round, because he made some unbelievable par. I'm watching it going. He made 3 pars of about 15, 18 feet. Like you can't run this good forever.
He gained 2.8 strokes putting on the final round. And he lost 1.75 off the tee.
Yeah, it was awful. JT made a bogey-free 65. I mean, JT shot like he was in contention a few weeks ago. When did I say it was JT and Burns? Was it the Valspar or the Genesis? Um, and he recorded, I think, one of the worst rounds by a top. I think the worst round of a top 50 in the top 50 player in the world. I think losing 7.5 shots on the field putting.
Yeah.
Is he just unreliable? Still, I mean, Jordan. I think Jordan is gone. I would never hope my own. Well, I was going to say hard-earned money. I don't earn it particularly hard, but you know what I mean. You'd be a brave man to
stealing a living money to sorry.
pretty much. Thanks to the wonderful people at Quiff. But Jordan, it's kind of like cool at first when you hear him talking to Grella and then taking 2 minutes for a shot. But after a while, it's like, fucking get on with it, man. Come on. You've been sat there waiting for two of the people to take their shot, and you still haven't decided on what club. Like, at least like Scheffler and Ted Scott. What do you reckon, Teddy? 7? 7's good. Okay, let's go. Like, easy.
Yeah,
Doesn't complicate
Ludwig's
it.
the same. Just steps up, hits it. Yeah, you can't back GT anywhere. It's narrow. If you got wide fairways, he's not a bad shout. But given his odds that his name attracts, I won't be back.
Would you still be on Wyndham Clark, Hep?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
looking at his results, take the Masters out of the equation. The last 3 tournaments, or at least the 3 tournaments, the RBC, the players in the Arnold Palmer, a tied second, and a tied third.
Oh, behind Scheffler.
Yeah, and I think the PGA and US
And Marv, it was his
really
debut at the Masters and debut.
That's exactly so you could throw
exactly
throw that one out. So I'm not a biggest Wyndham Clark fan, but on that form, and I'd have thought a PGA course might suit him.
Yeah. I mean, me and Twig got him on a couple of months ago at 66s. He's now down to 33s. But I mean, he was the person I was thinking about when you were discussing who could go toe to toe with Scheffler. Like, he seems to have a bit of that mentality where
you got a bit of bite about him, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to fold.
You've kind of got to go to the point of I don't care enough without being reckless. Because if you just play within yourself too much, you play to not, you've got to play to win. You can't play not to lose.
Well, Twig was alluding to, that's what people are doing. And they might be tied on the back 9 on the 10th tee, and they think, oh, Scheffler's going to go -3. I've got to go -4 to win this, and it just leads to mistakes. And Scheffler will shoot -2 and not even get, or maybe even -1, and not get to where these people think they have to get to, but they just push it too hard and water balls, and then they're dead. It was around the turn this time as well. Someone double bogeyed.
There's almost like there's almost like a weird apprehension. Like, people are playing timid against him, and I understand that you don't want to be going flag hunting, but people are almost playing too. I don't know. I don't say too soft, just too.
Well, I do wonder if people are starting to think, well, second place is not a bad prize.
They're playing for second. Yeah, man, that's exactly it. And they're just like, let's just hang around, then make a bogey, and then head starts to go, and then
just like Hep at a final table. Just I just get
no bubble me, lad.
Never made that final table. I just want to make the bubble. Don't bubble me.
But it's noticeable, and again, Stracker and Hoagie, these are good pros, right? They're not exactly
scrubs.
They're not pub players, and they're just made to look so average at the weekend. It's that killer instinct which sets out the good players from the great. And
Hoagie was sticking his irons on Saturday and just couldn't make a putt. And then
Hoagie's putting.
I didn't see too much of him on Sunday. He wasn't on the TV a lot.
Hoagie just missed those putts between 7 and 10 feet.
Yeah.
Just awful.
But he had quite a lucky first 2 days with the putter. So, like, if you look at the stats, it's quite masked.
Just looking this year so far, Rory's ranked. He's 98. He's 98th on tour in terms of greens and regulation, which, for a man of his length, and he's supposed like how great he is with a driver, right? That's horrendous for a world number 2.
Wow.
How do you Like, he's not. I mean, the fact is, he's not going to be winning majors unless he's. And like, but you said that you, Matt Butch Hammond was going. What the hell? That's a terrible shot. What the hell are you doing, young man?
But he wasn't with his wedges, was it? With the Masters.
Well, he was because he was like he's with the wedge. He's leaving it like to 40 feet rather than like stiffy to 10 foot.
But Butch were telling it as it should be told.
Yeah.
Even if McIlroy's paid him for lessons, you know what I mean? It's I don't know. It's just I don't know. I don't know if it's hard. I really I want to say sometimes as McIlroy sometimes just lost the love for the game. Do you know what I mean? Like when he was young and he was just carefree and just get back to playing golf, McIlroy. And look, I don't think he'll ever win around certain tracks because we've talked about his type of game and what he's got and what he can't do. But as you say, something just doesn't seem right at all.
It's his driving accuracy.
With approaches from 125 to 150 yards, he's 108th on tour, and his average pin proximity from that is 25 feet. I mean, compare that to Scheffler, and I'd be pretty sure it'd be half that.
And that's, that's it. That's what we all know he struggled with over the years, isn't it? It's a short game. The 100 yards in, the touch, the feel. Yeah. You can't just swing a golf club.
But you're not going to win
full
the PGA.
swing every time.
You're not going to win the PGA or the US Open with greedy regulation stats like that. Given the rough that's going to be on these courses, and like you're going to have to hit a lot of greens.
I'll have a fantastic short game, and luckily with Scottie Scheffler, he is both. If we have a look at this week, have you guys had a look at anything? It's the Zurich Classic of New Orleans, which
best tournament of the year.
To layman's terms, it's the pairs event. It's a team event. You've got best friends Patrick Cantley and Xander Schauffele, the 9-2 favourites. You've got the two Irishmen, Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry, in their 8-1. Tigala and Zalatoris in there at 10s, and then you've got basically 16-1 bar. A, will you be having a bet? B, will you have an interest and watch? And I'm guessing you're both going to say no. Past tweak.
Anyway. No, I haven't got a selection. But
you got 10 points, man. I'm just sticking on something.
Just stick a pin in and hope for the best.
It's just like your crypto picks. How dare you mock my crypto?
I don't know. Maybe
logic, baby.
I'm not quite sure who Billy Horschel is paired with. His last name's Alexander. But I don't know.
Maybe he's getting mixed up with Taylor Montgomery. Yeah, he's a good player.
But maybe I'd throw him in because Horschel, after a win last week, maybe he's got a bit of confidence and maybe that can carry on. And looks best price 50s. Horschel and Alexander. I'd be looking at just throwing some each way on some long shots. To me, anything can happen in this type of tournament, surely.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned there before. Cantley has had to stick around. Cantley strikes me as a very miserable bloke in general, anyway. He's had to stick around till Monday morning at Harbour Town. He's then got to travel to New Orleans. Probably going to have to do media because he's favourite. I think they've won this before, haven't they? Did they win it last year?
2 years ago, I think.
I've definitely seen them there posing with their trophies, looking really just not happy to be
one of Xander's only wins on American soil?
think so, yeah. So it doesn't strike me as the type of kind of tournament for them.
It's very weird that they play it every year, those two.
Yeah, it's
no one else plays it.
Look, I'm presuming it's good prize money, and look, like most of these things, right? The wives might want a trip to New Orleans and just keep them happy. But yeah, 9-2, I think you've got to be a very brave man. Back into that show. I'd be interested with, again, speaking of that angle, Rory and Lowry, the misses are very close there. So again, if you make a family trip of it, it's just like playing a couple of rounds. Interesting, Morikawa's paired with Kiriyama, and that's been nibbled today. The Højgaard twins are playing. The Fitzpatrick brothers are playing. I don't know if it gives you an edge playing with people you're quite familiar with. Should we just throw some money at a few long shots here?
Yeah, I mean, apart from Xander and Cantley winning, like you said, like you do get a few long like Horschel won it in 2018. Marv, I don't know if you saw that
He's
with your pick with
Well, I'm just
Scottie
looking at
Piercy.
yeah,
52-1 with Unibet.
the defending champs are Davis Riley and Nick Hardy.
Yeah,
Who the hell are they?
Davis Riley's all right, and Nick Hardy I often back at big price. He's a good DraftKings pick, but they're not exactly exceptional. Sepp Stracker with Bryce Garnett 33-1.
yeah.
Tom Hoagie with Maverick McNeely. That's a proper like
fucking
DraftKings type play.
Yeah, like I quite like the idea of these events, like once a year, make it a bit different than stroke play. Like match play was my favorite, but this one I've never really sat down and watched. And like, there must be some research someone can do in who has the best alternative shot partnerships. Whose games are most like each other, and you're not going to leave people on with shots that they really don't like. But I haven't done it. I haven't got any insight. I don't even know what the course is like, really. Just
not
one of those
exactly the
bit of a bye
the
week.
Ryder Cup, is it?
Exactly.
Anything else? It's the live golfers are in Adelaide, I think.
Correct.
All the big boys there. John Rahm, Tyrrell Hatton, Cameron Smith. A better field for man. You might have to start watching live golf. Much better field this week there.
I don't know. I'm still on the side of competition at the top level. Energy, you've got kids wanting to play golf, and what are they aspiring to be? Are they aspiring to be Scottie Scheffler? Are they aspiring
That's
to
be rich.
Are they aspiring to be something like just got the dollars in the back pocket and just going teeing up with the mates? Like he doesn't.
Haven't you just been planning on making a fortune on crypto, going playing with our mates around the Augusta next year?
Yeah, but these are professional golfers. This is yeah. So I struggle to take any interest in live. Don't really have anything against the players, as long as not unless they're the ones that come out and trash the PGA and bite the hand that fed them, just so to speak.
DC Sergio Garcia.
Actually, should we, in particular about the live, should we talk about Tyrrell Hatton, because he's not come up on this show, I don't think, once. He's the most angriest golfer on the planet.
He's great. Love him.
And
Tyrrell's second favourite this week.
That rusty beard of his. I'm sorry, Tyrrell.
To be fair, he did some good skits with the European Tour about like going to like anger management and stuff. I think last summer, the summer before, like fair play for being a good spot. Like he acknowledges it himself.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where I think he made a double. Was it at the last? I want to say on Saturday or Sunday, the Masters.
Yeah. Did he put it in the water? Did he?
I just remember just.
I just remember that there was. I thought it was at 12th. Yeah, and he just that absolute disgust on his face when he hit that golf ball. It's just.
Whereas you get the opposite end of the scale. Cameron Smith, who never looks like he's remotely bothered. He's 12-1 to be a winner on home soil. If you're wanting something like Heb and I might be more likely to back Bryson DeChambeau 12-1 and Brooks Koepka 22-1 to set up a tilt at major success next month. And there's also the ISPS Handler Championship, which is basically the DP World Tour, where Christian Bezuidenhout is the tour's own favourite. And I'm sorry, if Bezzy's the favourite for a tournament, there must be some value lurking underneath. And if you want to bet, I mentioned this guy's a proper player a few weeks ago, a guy called Kaito Nakajima, who is like Marv, you're looking like you're about to say something stupid there. Kaito Nakajima, he's a proper player. He's a proper player. He won by 5 shots a couple of weeks ago on the DP World Tour. He's 16-1, 365 with 25s this morning. Hep were too slow. That'd be my 5 points each way. Nakajima 16s.
I'm just thinking, seeing as how many different golf tournaments we've covered, what else are we missing this week? Is there a Champions Tour event we can cover?
I mean, there's a bit of Champions Tour as well. Should we look? I mean, Matt, do you watch any of the Nelly Corder won 5 in a row, right? Do you follow any of the LPGA Tour?
No, not really. No. I heard the name.
American, she's 25.
She might be. I think she's sponsored by TaylorMade. That's pretty much all I know.
Stuart Sink and Stephen Alker are the 5-1 joint favourites for the Champions Tour. The Mitsubishi Electric Classic, if you want to add any more. Stuart Sink's been playing very well on tour already, and he's going to play against the old fogies.
Where's the DP one being played?
The ISPS Honda is in Japan.
Japan. Yeah,
So
and Nakajima's Japanese, right?
He's Japanese, yeah. He was the number one. He was the world number one amateur as well. He's like, I'm sorry, but we talk about these bottle merchants. I probably watch more DP World Tour than most people on the majority of people on this planet.
Yeah, I was going to say on the planet.
Jordan Smith, Sebastian Soderberg, Yannick Paul. I'm sorry. Fucking hell. They're not exactly a recycling factory. There's an absolutely zero bottle in any of these people. Xander Lombard, Richard Mansell, getting a pie. Nakajima 16s, 5 points each way. Marv, do you want to spend your 10 points on anything anti-post?
I don't know. I'm just looking. There's a Bravo Tours Open win. I don't know if that's this week, but is it Lucas Bejegard or Budrigard?
Lucas Bejegard. He's a Danish player. He's in my brains on him all the time, yeah.
He's popped up playing some random tournament.
We can have a look at the Sunshine Tour if you want. Lucas Bjerregaard, I can't believe you. Wow.
No, I think on the
beat Tiger in the match play a few years ago.
In the Zurich, I said I'd just stick with some outsiders because I said if you look at the previous history, that there's a few long shots in there.
But
so
man, you can't just say back outsiders. And if something went at 66-1, they say, "Well, I said back outsider." You know what I mean?
Yeah, narrowed it down.
Is there a cut in this Cotone? We need Marv's to miss the cut picks.
Oh yeah. What's your lay of the week, Marv?
Yeah, probably that one.
Well, I'll say my lay of the week will be Xander and Cantley in the pairs event. Just put your 5 points each way on something, because we'll top them all up. Billy Horschel.
I'll bring up the market again. If Heck wants to go with his picks.
I will go with 5 on Garcia, on the nose and live, and 5
on Garcia on the nose.
Yeah.
Why?
Why not? Have a little. It's not real money.
People here kind of want a bit of rationale, bit of like.
Garcia was playing really well on the lead up to the Masters. Can't remember how he did exactly in the Masters.
Looking great inside it. I don't know what he did the week, but yeah.
He definitely passed. He definitely made the cut, but he lost to Burmeister, Barnes, or whatever his name is, Burmeister, in the playoff in the live event at Doral the week before the Masters. I'm pretty sure he made the cut at the Masters before falling away a bit the weekend. So at 25s, I'll be putting 5 points on him to win and live.
Wow.
And I'll go 4 points on Figala and Zalatoris. And I'll go half a point each way on Su Rico Hui at 150-1 for the Zurich Classic, because I did make that bet during the broadcast.
Who?
Su and Rico Hui, who is a full member of Team No Put. So, as a very long outshot on the team event.
Never even heard of these players.
I get just making you up.
I text you about Hui.
Are these like women golfers? Michael Howe, right? Howe.
Hui
And Sue. That's Justin Sue, right?
I think so. It doesn't say.
He makes a lot of birdies, that guy.
Well, Hui,
sure. I think you mentioned that a few Korean female golfers in, hoping that we don't realize.
So Rico, I think he got tie 14th at Valero a couple of outings ago. Was top T5 for quite a long point during the Sunday, because I had him in quite a lot of DraftKings lineups, so I was following him. So yeah, him and Justin Sue teamed up, going to take this out.
I have to back him now, 151. Jesus. Marv, do you want to pick up a couple of long shots?
Yes. I'll go. I said Horschel and Alexander. the best top price at 50s, and Hardy and Riley, who are the defending champ, they're playing again together as the defending champs. So I'll throw them in at 66s. So just 2.5 points each way on both.
There you go. Plenty of value for us. And if you actually want a winner, Kaito Nakajima will win the ISPS Hander.
If you want to win it, just go back some horse.
If you want to win listen to the Mainly Crypto show with the Sticky Bandits, and that's how you like Tony the
Tony.
Right, we'll wrap that up for episode 7. We'll be here next week to review the 3 tournaments. I've looked at actually some proper golf coming very soon. I've been Jack Milner, he's been Hep, and he's been Marv, and we'll see you all very soon. Ta-ra!